Hello, happy Sunday, and good afternoon to everyone out there in KFC land and RGL. I'm LRock 617 here today with a new entry into the KFC series. Make one quick adjustment. That little bit of white space on the left that's bugging me. Did that do it? Probably not. That's a little bit better. Okay, I'm just gonna restart that. This is the Vomatron remix track of everything from Contra NES, and I'm very much enjoying it, especially for showcasing this game. So today's game there's a little bit of similarity to the last game I featured, which was Aqua Rush. Similar in that, hang on a second. Trying to talk over the music, it's being difficult. Similar in that there's not a ton of information online about this game. There's enough to talk about, but like there's no Wikipedia page, so I kind of had to scrounge a bit. On the left of the gameplay, you can see what I believe is the flyer for the US version. So Beirut is a game that I recently learned for my A to Z project on my own stream. After completing 1cc number 300, which was B-Rat Boys Special, I am now going to be doing 26 games, one game for each letter, in order. First game for A was called Arc Area, which I'm sure I'll feature at some point, but this one was, I think, a little bit more interesting to be able to show today. Beirut is an interesting piece of business. It is essentially a fairly typical run and gun in terms of presentation, atmosphere, gameplay. It was double developed in that it was developed by one company in one country and another in another. So to give a bit of information away, Beirut is a platform run-and-gun arcade game developed by Sunsoft and published by Sega in 1989, and this was actually not their only collaboration. Another game I've cleared in the past but have not featured on the show, called Tough Turf, had the same developmental cycle and developmental background. In fact, some of the sound effects from that game are reused in this game. Or maybe it's vice versa, I'm not sure. They both came out in 1989, so hard to say. Anyway, players control a soldier and shoot terrorists, collect power-ups, and defeat bosses to advance levels. Sound familiar? Players can select one of 4 configurations on their gun. That's from Gamicus fandom, and that's pretty much all they have to say about it. Let's see what else we've got. There's the Almighty Guru, which is another wiki. As mentioned, a run-and-gun developed by Sunsoft and published by Sega in arcades in 1989. It used the Sega System 16 board, so it's definitely more attributed to Sega than Sunsoft overall. The game is a rather shameless Contra clone with a very similar playstyle and even a nearly identical first boss. Not final boss, first boss. The only really unique part is the weapon system. You begin the game with all 4 of your possible weapons, those being machine gun, grenade launcher, flamethrower, and 4-way laser, and you can select between them at any time. The third button you have lets you just swap between the weapons. That being said, the weapons do start out underpowered. Killing red soldiers leaves behind power-up capsules that can upgrade your currently selected weapon, in addition to other things, but I'll discuss that in a moment. Unfortunately, the game did do fairly poorly, and was never ported to a home console or computer system. So whether or not it's a hidden gem is honestly up to interpretation from the player. I personally think it's a perfectly solid game. I think it's easily worth a 3 out of 5. So, per Almighty Guru, here's some good and bad. Now, I don't necessarily agree with any of these, but I will showcase them just to give you all some facts about the game. The person updated the wiki for good liked the fact that you started with all 4 of your weapons and you can power them up to make them stronger. Cool idea, but poorly implemented. I agree with that. The machine gun, which is your default weapon on the left, upgrades into a spread gun, which is an even bigger spread gun with a second upgrade. Spread guns are always a favorite of mine in run and gun. That's also accurate. When you initially upgrade the spread gun, it becomes a 3-way spread, so just straight up top, down bottom, and diagonal. When you upgrade it again, it goes to 5, and 5-way spread is actually busted because not only can it take out things in the air with efficiency, it can also hit anything on the platform underneath you. It's not the only weapon I use throughout the run, but it is the most consistent by far. The only stage I feel like where I don't make excessive use of it is probably stage 2. Stage 2, I personally stick to flamethrower. That's a strat I actually stole from White Hat, who has done speedruns of this game before. So the bad. The controls leave much to be desired. The players do not respond very smoothly to input. I think it's fine, honestly. It's not perfect, but no game is. Of all the things to copy off Contra, for some reason they mimicked the ugly washed out graphics. Don't agree with that at all. That's just retro. The second weapon at power-up level 1 only functions while ducking, which isn't explained by the game, and even at level 2 is still very difficult to use. This could be true. The second weapon is the grenade weapon, and I never use it. It's the one weapon in the entire run that I don't bother with. So, can't confirm or deny. I'd say take their word for it, or play the game for yourself and see what's up. But if you have to crouch to shoot a weapon, that is pretty poorly implemented, I do agree. So the game also automatically resets your weapon selection back to the machine gun every time you die. That is true. Similar to most running guns, you lose your power-ups when you die. That's not entirely uncommon. There are some exceptions, of course, with the G&G series. You always keep your weapons if you die. So this is really annoying if you prefer a different weapon, because choosing a new weapon in the middle of battle isn't very easy. I can concur with that. The flamethrower's upgrade makes it cover most of the screen after the first upgrade, but the second upgrade doesn't seem to do anything for it. I can mostly agree with that. I don't notice a ton of differences between the first and second upgrade for the flamethrower. We'll only really be seeing it primarily in stage 2, but I stick with it the whole time and just use it. Now this is the ugly. This is actually something that I kind of wish wasn't a part of the game, because I don't feel like it rewards good gameplay. You lose all weapon power-ups at the end of each level. And I do agree that that is especially annoying. When you complete a level, everything except for your health resets back to 0. So you have to start from square one. You have to start collecting your power-ups again and all that other jazz. To further elaborate, when you kill a red shirt, as I call them, they're the enemies you see there with the red shirts, they drop 1 of 3 power-ups at random. There's purple, there's green, and there's blue. You start with 2 health. When you pick up a blue item, it increases your max HP by 1, up to a maximum of 6. These are heavily desired over the course of this game, because making sure you can tank hits is actually a pretty big deal in this game, especially the further the game goes along. This game has no problem throwing the cheap stuff at you. So making sure you have as many resources as you can is a pretty big deal. This also leads to why RNG is such a heavy factor in this game. One of my mods straight up said the RNG in this game is for sickos, and I do agree with that. If you go the entire first stage without a blue pickup, there's a very good chance you're probably not 1CCing the game. And that happened to me most of the time. I think I grinded this game for 2 days before I got my 1CC, and I only got a few runs to like around the portion of the end game, maybe like 3 or 4. 2 of which got to the final stage. The second of which was the 1CC. Like, that actually ended up being a no miss, and it was a really good run. Find a different thing for y'all. Let's go Contra Arcade. Actually, no, change my mind. Let's go Super CNES soundtrack. I like this soundtrack quite a bit. Load, please. YouTube's being a little slow today, I think. Also, it could be because I have ad blockers on my PC, which I don't apologize for. Anyway, past the blue power-ups, green power-ups refill your health. And they don't just refill 1 HP, they refill all missing HP for the life that you're currently on. Very useful. It, however, does nothing if you haven't received a health upgrade, which is, as mentioned, a blue power-up. Blue power-ups, as mentioned, do increase your max HP by 1. But there is a downside in that even if it does, when it does increase your max HP, it doesn't actually give you the HP to fill it out. So even once you collect a blue power-up, in order to justify the fact that you got this blue power-up, you still have to get a green one. Finally, the most common power-up is the purple power-up, and that's your weapon upgrades. Those we're going to be seeing a ton of. The hope is that the first stage isn't all purple and green, but that does happen a lot of the time. I'm pretty sure a blue power-up happens in the first stage. Honestly, I'd wager probably less than It felt to me like less than 20% of the time, and that does make the game a lot harder, which, unfortunate, but that's arcade games for you. Not much to report from Siva Gunner fandom, so we'll move on from that. See if there's anything different from the SegaRetro.org wiki. You play as Special Commander Tom or Michelle, who must destroy some enemy organization that is holding hostages with an arm cannon. They can switch between several weapons with one button and shoot with another button. Third button jumps. All true. The second playable character is a woman, which I think is really cool, as far as representation goes. The title Beirut is opponent of the Lebanese capital of Beirut, city associated with a number of armed conflicts in the late 20th century. Pretty obvious pun there. Best they can find for the story is that in the year 20XX, an ambitious terrorist group has kidnapped the daughter of an unspecified country's president, imprisoning her in the embassy located in the Beirut area, which is a battlefield filled with murderous machines and terrorists. Special Commanders Tom and Michelle are issued dispatch orders by the government to find safe passage to the enemy airship and rescue the hostages. They intended to include information based on certain things that happen in certain stages. They don't include much, not even images. The only thing mentioned is that Stage 4 starts out with a player riding a flying motorcycle. I actually think Stage 4 is one of the most fun parts of the game. The first half of the stage, well, more like 60 to 70%, is actually a shmup level. Like, it's an auto-scroller where you just ride a vehicle, and whatever weapon you're using does adapt to your vehicle. So if you have a spread gun, your vehicle now has spread gun. Same with flamethrower. Which is a pretty neat visual. It's also a nice break from Stage 3. Stage 3 to me is the first real, like, gatekeeper of the game. And I've had a lot of attempts just die on Stage 3. Like, through Stage 5 or so, I'm not trying to take any deaths. When you take a death, for your next life, not only do you lose all your power-ups, but your health resets back to 1. You can then obtain a green health, a green power-up to increase your health back up to max, but there's no guarantee you're gonna see one. You just have to hope that you do. So today we're just going to be doing some 1cc attempts, and I'm going to show off some images first. This here is the, I believe it's the US flyer that you can see here on this table. This is from an eBay listing. There's the eBay listing. Got a cycle of images here. This is the Japanese flyer. There is the marquee. This is the high score screen. This is just an action shot from Stage 1. This is kind of interesting because this is a section where you have to shoot that blue marker in the middle to create a bridge. But this action shot just shows they tried to jump it without the bridge, which is pretty risky. Not gonna lie about that. Here's a picture of the PCB. And then I guess this is just a markup box for the PCB for System 16. And this is just a game over screen for the first stage. I was not able to find an arcade manual for this game. I have a feeling it was only available in conversion kits. It didn't have a dedicated cabinet. So they're probably not missing out on too much. And then here's another shot of the US flyer in a bit grainier fashion. Alright, that'll take us to our gameplay. Turn the music back on here. This game has pretty decent music. There are a couple of stages that stand out. I won't lie, it's certainly not exceptional. Run and guns, by and large, do tend to have really good music. Examples, Contra, Metal Slug. Beirut is fine. There's just nothing about it that stands out. It's just merely, like, fine. It's very Sega, it's very tinny. Like, it has a lot of characteristics that define it for what it is. As you can see, similar to Contra, enemies in this game and your player characters have no face. Like, yes, they have a face, but they don't have any defining features on their face. So this is a bit loud. I'm going to turn it down a bit. I can see it's spiking pretty hard in yellow. Oh, wait, that's me. I'm so good at this. Let's put it back up. Okay. All right, so a couple things. I'm not going to sweat it if I don't get it clear today. I would at least like to try to get a run to the last stage. If I can't show off the most efficient way to kill the last boss, then I'll load from a save state and show that. Because it's a pretty interesting kill to watch when it works out the way you want it to. Right, pop our credit in. Really cool atmosphere with the first stage. I love the purple sky. Very apocalyptic, as it were. Here's Tom. Marching as he does in his teal boots. Okay, so I believe the first power-up is always fixed. I think it's always purple. That guy's gonna catch up with us. We have to kill him. The death grunts in this game are legit, by the way. I love them so much. All right, purple's pretty consistent. So now we have 5 spread. 5 spread's very good. It's the weapon we're gonna be using the most. The paratroopers are pretty annoying. You can also do a high jump in this game by holding up and pressing jump. Definitely recommended to do it. Most of the time. Didn't want to take that hit. Nah, I didn't want to do that. I tried to high jump there, but I did it way too far away. But that's an early reset. It's fine. I've probably not played this game since... I can't remember if it was... I think it was Tuesday when I last played it. Wednesday and Thursday were spent picking out new games for C. Sorry, a new game for C. So there's probably going to be a little bit of rust. Even though this is the least rusty I'm ever going to be on this game. That's why I wanted to showcase it today. Far away. Yeah, this, okay, that was rude. Not surprised out of that. Grenades are the most degenerate weapon in this game. When enemies throw them, they have a huge hitbox. And even like when that guy threw that one there, if I had jumped it, I couldn't escape it. It was gonna clip me out of my jump. That's how big the hitbox is. The only way to avoid a grenade consistently is to kill the guy before he throws it. And sometimes you just don't have that option. Grenade guys also are not consistent in a given segment. So sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not. At least the RNG has been consistent for power-ups, I guess. You love enemies bumping in on like warthogs and stuff. Try to be a little bit safer coming in here. Go away. Okay, here's about where I'd want to get a blue power-up. May happen, may not. More purple. Dimension's most common. This thing you don't even have to fight. I don't even know why it's there. It gives the impression of a mini boss, but you don't actually have to do anything about it. There's our bridge. So we picked up a green item, but that does nothing for us, and we haven't filled any or gotten any health boosts. Okay, there's a blue. Blue's good. Okay. So there's a interesting power-up pattern I'm gonna do for this. Okay, so we're gonna duck here. Shoot, and if we shoot from here with spread, we hit all 3 enemies at once. And you can just lame it out. Totally not the Contra 1 boss, I promise. Then we just shoot down the door. And we move on. That Yahoo's iconic, by the way. Yes, for stage 2, we're just thrown right into it. Flamethrower we can actually activate by just holding the fire button, which is really convenient. No mashing necessary. With Flamethrower out, we can just dispatch of anything that gets in our way. The one thing we have to worry about are these little landmines that have turrets built into them. So I'm going to be constantly looking at the ground and being on the lookout for those. Okay, still no green power up. I'd like to refill this health. Down. You can also aim downward while walking, which is useful. But there's some downside to that. It takes out the landmines really well, but enemies in front of you with, like, guns, much bigger threat if you don't just put this thing out there. Okay, here's our stage 2 boss. It's the snake. Pretty easy boss. I actually learned this quick kill from White Hat's run. Oh, that was unfortunate. Okay. Hello, Kiki. So being down in HP is not great, but if we're able to get a green power up, we can refill our health, same as we would if we hadn't gotten hit. As mentioned before, stage 3 is kind of the first gatekeeper of the run. Shoot those things down. You can shoot down that laser turret, but it's generally better just walk through it. Okay, so I got a health up, that's good. Damage boost through a grenade, lost all that health already. This game can be really mean sometimes, in case you haven't figured it out. So this is really cheap. Enemies can shoot through the floor and you can't. That's a design choice. Very unfortunate death there. Since I didn't have any weapon power-ups, I'm actually gonna see how I do from here. That grenade still hit me. That's how awful those things are. Yeah, we're probably dead, yeah. I just got cornered there. So when you get to that hallway, if you don't have spread gun, it's a lot harder to take out those turrets that are on the ceiling. And sometimes things like that happen. I probably shouldn't have gone that far in. The pickups I had were fine, but as soon as I got the health up, I just got ransacked by enemies, and there was really wasn't a lot I could do. They basically put the power up I needed in the most dangerous spot possible, and I had no choice but to take the bait and try to fight my way out of it. It just didn't work. Yeah, like I said before, solid enough game. The RNG in this game, though, is absolutely filthy. So you're gonna be fighting that constantly. But it has charm. Good setting, great enemy grunts. Oh, hey, blue. Neat. That's really useful. Leave me alone. Okay, had to wait that out. Had no interest in speedrunning that section. I really want purple. Right now I'm looking for green. More blue would be good too, but refilling this health is very much what I want. Okay. No. I'm gonna let this, okay. The effort. Another blue, very good. Okay, so I'm gonna let all this spawn. Okay. Okay, what are you doing, video game? Okay. Reasonable enough. Alright, 2 blue pickups in the first stage is amazing RNG, so we're definitely in for that. Quit flamethrower. Of note, last attempt, I definitely did not have a good stage 2 boss fight, so that could definitely be remedied. Yeah, I definitely want a flamethrower upgrade, but right now I just am really on the lookout for a green power-up. No dice. Still no green. There we go. Okay. Totally missed the turret that was there. That's my bad. Okay, so I don't have to worry about turrets anymore once the 3 Jeeps show up. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 3 ATVs show up. So we're gonna move into our boss fight. Aim up right. Hit it as soon as it comes out. Alright. Sucks about the hit from the turret, but my resources are still pretty good here. Wouldn't mind a green power-up at some point, but I really want to get to the top hallway with spread if I can. That's up to game, though. We only have 1 power-up chance before we even get there. Take that thing out. There's no guarantee Claw clips us, we don't want it to, but I'd rather just not have that happen. Okay. Spread's good here. I did not know I got hit another time. Oh, I probably got hit by something that did 2 damage. Okay, so even with that death, the good news is green is still a valid pickup here. But that death did cost me spread. Did say stage 3 was a gatekeeper for a reason. There's some segments where they just throw the whole kitchen sink at you, and it's tough. And with unfavorable RNG, you can definitely get got. Okay, a little conveyor belt here. Shoot at the back. Okay, that's a new one. I haven't seen that guy come from the front yet. Grenade guy offed himself. I was gonna explain what happened here. So these items can only hit you when they fall. So the idea is they fall out of these little hatches in the ceiling. So when it falls down, it can hit you. When it's on the ground, you can walk through it. But the game decided to be rude there and threw it off the conveyor belt while I was jumping to kill me. Unfortunately, this is not something entirely uncommon for this game. I'll take that as a reset just because I wanted to explain what happened there. Like, normally I can be mindful of stuff like that, but I've never had the conveyor belt just throw one at me while I'm jumping. And this game doesn't give a squat about that. It's just gonna do that because it wants to sometimes. This is unfortunate. I've had a couple of runs with really good item pickup luck, but really bad enemy spawn luck. Lots of trolling. Okay, got a blue. Blue's good. We like blue. Okay. No. Sometimes if you don't high jump, you can't make that jump. Beginner's trap, and I'm rusty. This game is really mean. And some days it just wakes up and just wants to be even more mean. Like, yes, that's on me, but I'm more reflecting on, like, stuff that already happened. Unfortunate hit, but I'll play through that. Okay, blue, good. I definitely need green now, though. I'm not trying to take another hit and die. Fire is instant death. How did that not hit you? Paratroopers are obnoxious. I'm so glad they only exist in this stage. I definitely did not want purple there. Let's hope for better up ahead. Yeah, purple's pretty worthless. We're not trying to buff up different weapons. Okay. Green or blue, please. Okay. Okay, good luck there. The laser at the bottom fires in a random direction when it first spawns. It might fire high, it might fire low. Low is the best RNG, for sure. Hello, Murdoch. Okay, so flamethrower time. Really need green here. This is a pretty decent power-up farming stage because flamethrower just basically carries you. But you still have to kind of let it make sure it happens, and sometimes it doesn't happen. More purple, definitely don't need that. Didn't even see it there. I'll keep it going just because green is still a good pickup here. I don't think there's another power up in this stage. Yeah, I think we have everything we're gonna have. Don't love being at 1 HP, but we'll play it. Rude. Rude! What are you doing here? Yeah, that was a big loss of hit equity there. The enemy's just following me in and there wasn't anything I could do about it. Yep. More trolls. To be able to kill that boss as fast as possible, make sure it doesn't act up, you need to start hitting it from the beginning, but the game threw 2 random enemies at me and ensured I wasn't going to be able to do that. Very unlucky. I will be honest when I say this game is showing me some trolls that I haven't even seen before. I don't think I've ever had enemies follow me into that boss fight. Maybe once, but I don't remember it distinctively. Don't love it. Die, please. Oh my god, why? Everything slips through. Yeah, this is how the game kicks you while you're down. After you take a hit, when you really need either an extra HP boost or just a health boost, all they give you is weapon upgrades. Only like every several attempts will this game throw you a bone. And even then, once that happens, you still have to be able to play it out. Hopefully we get to see past stage 3. But it's a gatekeeper for a reason.
Let's go.
Several reasons, in fact. Another thing I forgot to mention, if you lock yourself in place while standing, the game will keep you there. So like if you're aiming up, it won't fire ahead unless you press right. That mattered there because I kept trying to move right to readjust and it just left me upright instead, and that wasn't good enough. There was also supposed to be a power up there and he randomly didn't spawn, so that's cool. It probably would have only dropped purple anyway, but there's always a chance he drops blue. Also, this game is not mash friendly. You can't get anything additional out of mashing. Like, I can mash like this, and you still get the same fire rate. Okay, got my HP back. That's reasonable. Right now, I still would very much like a blue, though. Leave me alone. Thank you. Double purple. Very common. That was really bad luck. They both fired. That's not consistent. Okay. Time for the flame.
Keep going.
I actually don't want better flamethrower for turrets. It's actually harder to hit them. You need it for everything else. It's just worse against turrets, which are the biggest threat in the stage. Okay, so that's good to get a green. Now I really want a blue. Pretty badly. I think there's one more power up this stage. Maybe 0. Nope. No more. Okay. No random enemies, please. Okay. Okay. Flamethrower really good when it wants to be.
Keep going.
Okay. One more. I'm not letting it cheese me like that. Okay. Whew. That jump was swift. Good old caution sign. Alright, so spread to top floor is good. My health is not great, but at least I have good, reasonable resources. Guys popping out the door, not a big deal. We just gotta shoot them. That's gonna fall. I can walk through it. It only has the hitbox when it's falling, as mentioned. Whew. That you saw there was the hitbox of the grenade. It is huge. Actually amazed it didn't hit me. This corridor is so tiny. Okay, so we got a mid-boss, which is essentially Ed 209. Sorry, Ed 109 from RoboCop. Pretty easy. Just spaced out from the claw. Actually, this is fine. I didn't have a 5 yet. One of the reasons this stage is such a profound gatekeeper is because that boss fight, that mini-boss fight, is the first time you see a second power-up. It could also be the first time you see a first power-up, depending where the first guy spawns or not. Okay, I want this. The 4-way laser gun is not that good, but we do use it once in the game, and that's against the boss of this stage. It's actually very good against this boss. Okay, this last hallway is Got a lot going on. Good news is there's a lot of space with which to work with. Okay. And once the claw drops, it no longer has hitbox. That was scary. No. Whew, okay. Still no blue. Kind of disappointed about that. Green doesn't help me right now. Alright, there's blue. Okay. No. Alright, so this is the cube from Batman, effectively. It's a pretty annoying boss, because it can shield. Get in there and do that. So it has two phases. First phase is just going to do this a bunch. And for the second phase, it's going to hang out up there. Well, this is still the first phase, technically, but I made a mistake because now I'm going to use this gun to shoot it at its weak points. And it's going to catch all of it. I was hoping to be able to blow some of those up, but sometimes it doesn't, and that's okay. I'm going to go for it again. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Okay. We're on a bit of a time crunch now. Okay. So now what I do is I switch back to spread gun. This is the second phase. It's kind of just going to do most of the same stuff, except it just kind of goes ham. And not surprised about that. And here it's just about getting damage. I'm actually going to dodge these shots here. I'd rather not deal with it. Okay. Had to do a little bit of defensive work there. Here we have the stage 4 auto-scroller. This is, for me, one of the most fun parts of the game, and they're kind of a reward for putting up with stage 3, and it's garbage. We really want to power up quickly, though. Okay, cool. Spread's really, really good here. These discs that we're shooting can drop power-ups sometimes, so this is an excellent power-up farming stage. Like, most of the power-ups we'll obtain throughout the game actually come from this stage. It's another reason why it's such a big reward. Paratroopers are pretty awful, but using their flying car here, they're a little bit more manageable than they would be if we were on the ground. Okay, shoot that. Okay, no blue, don't love that. And I took a hit right after. That's par for the course, I guess. Okay. Don't think there's any more power-ups this stage, which I don't love. Okay, we'll be set down. I think it's after this pit. Oh, get out of here. Oh my goodness. Looked away for half a second. Look what happened. We got a few more enemies en route to the boss. Green's good. I still want to have at least one more blue, but I'll take green. So this is our boss. It's this giant floating thing with more turrets. The main hitbox only does two things. It fires 3 bullets, and then it fires 2 lasers. In a non-random pattern. Sorry, I think I got that backwards. It's actually 2 bullets and 3 lasers. But as long as you stay out of the way and just do your diagonal shots like I did, you should be good to go. Alright, onto the Doctor Who hallway, as I like to call it. This is one of the better music tracks in the game. I actually like this track a lot. You gotta see the chandeliers. Very important. Really want to see if I can get spread gun pretty quickly. Hopefully I do. Okay, good. Here we have the Weeping Angels. Call them whatever you like. They remind me of the Weeping Angels from Doctor Who. That was very rude. Those guys don't always fire 2 shots. Should have just ducked, but that's what it is. Okay. So with the angels, all you have to do is just collapse them, and then you can walk through them. They trolled me there. After I shot it down, they spawned 2 enemies on the left that I couldn't deal with. Like, they forced me to deal with one or the other, and I was probably taking damage unless I had some frame-perfect inputs. Okay, so 1 more bullet to worry about. Okay, he didn't fire. Cool. So this is just a 3 hallway level. What's up, White Hat? Yeah, I actually studied your run quite a bit when I want to see if I learned to speedrun it. Couldn't get the stage 3 boss quick kill down. It was really hard, but I still got my 1cc and I was happy with that. White Hat has like a 10-10 in this game. It's really fast time. Most runs are usually like in the 15 to 20 range. That was rude. I should have grabbed that power up. That's on me. Grenade guys are the worst, and it's not close. Here. Okay, this hallway is kind of tough. It's so weird because in practice, I was able to just run all the way through the hallway and get through it just fine. But in actual runs, that never panned out. Unfortunate. Not surprised, still unfortunate. This game loves its trolls. Okay, so blue doesn't help me out too much. I'm gonna try and just run for it through here. Getting spread back is good. Okay, green, very good. Sucks I had to stop and kill that guy, because that does stop my running momentum a bit. Or I gotta wait a bit. These drones are also spawning, and they're kind of a handful. Okay, so our boss here is interesting. All he does is we can manipulate him to chase us. And just go in. When it's moving, it's vulnerable, so we kind of have to just pick out our damage, move. Yeah, it's a fun game. I don't think it's a consistent game, but it's a fun game. The RNG in this game is ridiculous. Unless you're just amazing and not getting hit, I guess. Okay. Go this way. Just kind of a waited out fight. You just don't want to get hit. As is the case with most running gun bosses, I did not want that. I think there's a chance flamethrower could be better for this fight, but I just always had more consistency with spread. I jumped. Game didn't care. Probably input lag. Okay. Alright, so stage 6 overall is probably the hardest stage in the game. There's some stuff that does not consistently exist in this stage. I may be able to give an example. These drones also make life incredibly lame and unfortunate. So there's a laser pillar there that's not always there. It wasn't there this time, but sometimes it is, and it sucks to have to deal with. Punishment. Lost spread too. That's probably the end of the run. Okay, so from here we can take out these up top. If you don't destroy both the top and the bottom of the pillar, the lasers can still appear. They flicker rather than stay solid, but you still want them gone. Usually jumping and doing this is more consistent, but I'm not having an easy time of it now. Should have done a bit further out. That thing just wants to go. I probably could have just gone through the turret at this point, but I really don't care. I'd rather have the safety. Oh my goodness. This is hilarious. Alright, fine. Have it your way, game. I really want that. I don't think I can get it safely, though. Yep, didn't think so. I'll sacrifice a life for that, though. Alright, so 1 life left. Oh, cool. Killed by a metal slug. Yeah, stage 6 is a snowball. If one thing goes wrong, everything goes wrong, and I got bombarded by drones that I didn't deal with because I focused a little bit too much on a power-up enemy, and there's not really much to say about situations like that, except sometimes you have to do what this game wants you to do, even if it means not coming out ahead optimally, and if you don't, then it's just over. And once you've taken a death, it's just Gradius Syndrome. Not only do you lose all your power-ups, you also go down to 1 HP, and it's pretty gross. Still, respectable attempt, it just wasn't enough. Stage 6 is hard for a reason.
Let's go.
I should have been facing right, that's on me. I still think it's late the game did that, but it's still on me. Shoot upward. Go away. Okay, blue early is good. I don't love the fact that I already took a hit, but if we can get a green, we're in great shape. High jump. Okay, don't really need purple. 2 blues in stage 1 is excellent, but I still need to refill that HP I lost. God, that was aggressive. Green, perhaps? Nope. Alright, now I need good luck here. Wow, I can't believe that didn't hit me. Amazed, even. Okay. Still need a health refill, but if I can get that, my resources are excellent.
Keep going.
Flamethrower too good. I think White Hat is the only person I saw use Flamethrower through here, and it's optimal in my opinion. It's really, really good. Even if you're not playing for speed, you just have a walking hitbox that is ridiculous. Just goes so far out in front of you, and it solves a lot of problems. Okay, that's good. Wow. Okay, 3 jeeps mean there's no more turrets and more power-ups. Cool. That was covered by a fire. Thankfully my health's still good, but man, that was rude. Okay, see if I can go to quick kill. Not quite. Should still be fine though. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay. Not as fast as possible, but still good. Alright, back to the gatekeeper.
Keep going.
It's just one of those stages where only so many things can go not your way. Letting a grenade get through, it means something went wrong. That's a perfect example. Okay. So unfair that enemies can shoot through floors and you can't. Almost didn't have that. Let this drop. Okay. Okay, Ed 209 here. Wow, rude. That was stealthy. Alright, really need a green here. Especially after that. Get out of here, please. Okay, I need this hallway to go perfectly, effectively. Alright. Take this. If you're not doing the fast kill, this is the best weapon to use against the boss, in my opinion. No. Wow, I can't believe I avoided that. Go away. Okay. Grenade guys are terrorists, man, I tell ya. Easily my least favorite enemies to see on a given screen. Yeah, I think I have one more chance at a green, maybe two. Okay, good. Go away. What's up, weapon? Sega inspired Contra. That was unfortunate. I should have high jumped there. Unfortunately, their shots do 2 damage. That's a lot. Okay, so for the second bout, I'm gonna switch to this weapon. This weapon's really gimmicky, but it's good against this boss. It could definitely do things against exactly this boss. The only thing that can hit it while it's doing that. I'm gonna stand up here. Do this, hope for the best. That was unfortunate. Alright, so I'm in a bad spot. This might take a bit. I've never actually done this with just the basic weapon. Okay, that was actually reasonable. So, I'm down a life going into this stage. The health is unfortunate, but as long as I don't take a hit, which there's no guarantee I won't, then I should be okay to pick up a green. That was not what I wanted, especially after I picked up a spread. This stage can be really mean when you have no health. Avoid that. Okay, so happy to get green there. And I've got the best spread, which will be great for the boss. This is legit one of my favorite segments of this game. This auto-scroller is actually really fun, I think. Even for an auto-scroller. Just get to do schmuffy things, and it's cool. I think we're landing here. Nope, not quite. Okay, so I have low life count. I've only got 2 left. With reasonably good play, I should be okay for at least the next couple stages. Stage 6 is always the real question mark. While it's flying like that and doesn't have its weapon exposed, it's invincible, so you can't do anything to it. Okay. So a little bit of zigzagging goes a long way here. Okay. Time for the Doctor Who hallway. Oh my god. Okay. That was a lot. Protection! What a punk! Wow, okay. Okay, green there is okay. I think I would have rather had purple or blue, but even as the worst of the 3 choices there, it's still okay. But choice is a misnomer. You don't have a choice. It just drops whatever it drops. Okay, so this hallway didn't go particularly well last time. I love this music, though. This is probably my favorite music track in the game. Stage 5 is kind of a low-key banger. Missed everything there. Wow. That dude's a champion. Don't really need green, but okay. Alrighty, get up there. Okay, so through here, all I'm gonna need left is maybe a blue. And of course a green if I take a hit, which I hope I don't. Oh no, I need a purple. I did not know it was only at level 1 spread. Wow, okay. Missing everything, of course. Another green, that didn't help me. Wow, the trolls. Okay. I did forget that bullets eventually stop in this game. Enemy bullets do not have infinite range. Remember that when it was a little bit too late. No, I'm not dealing with you. Oh my god. That's so mean. 3 turrets, real life. Real gaming. Okay. I love this. Okay. The thing that's so annoying to me about this boss fight is that if you don't line up the enemy properly, which is common, it kind of takes a diagonal arc when it chases you, and that kind of messes with the... That kind of messes with manipulation a little bit. Like, why could I not hit him there, for example? Okay. Unfortunate. I wanted that to not happen. Okay, whatever. Didn't want to fall off the platform there. I don't know where those iframes are coming from, but okay. Okay, I guess this is what happens when you take too long. I'm not gonna try and attempt that again for that. That was... I just kept getting trolled with a boss. I had... Well, it was trolling in the sense that, like, I couldn't line up my shooting properly, I guess, but it was just getting iframes when I couldn't do anything. That's fun. Hadn't seen that yet. First time for everything, I guess. So some things about that run were good. That boss fight was not one of them.
Let's go.
The deaths on the stage 3 boss were also pretty not okay. Sorry, death. The other death was in stage 4. Just mismanaged play. Interesting. Okay, that's enough. Green's pretty useless if you don't get health ups. Sorry, health bumps. Let's go. Stage 1 only, though. You'll take damage from then on. Alright. Very lucky. How is it missing the top 2? Okay, that was weird. I know what happened, I don't know. Weird sequencing, I guess. Woohoo! Alright, flamethrower time.
Keep going.
Oh my god, I just forgot I was there. I kind of needed green anyway, so if I get it, it's all forgiven, but that's a big if. More purple, love it, except not. Wow. No more power-ups. Don't love that. But here we are. Okay. Top right. Really good cycle too. Led to a solid quick kill.
Keep going.
Those dudes can jump, man. Wild. No. Okay, whatever you say. Don't like this guy being here. You gotta turn to make him behave the way you want him to. Let this fall. Walk. Grenade guys jump into the fire always makes me smile. Good stuff. Where they belong. Oh, get up there. Trolls? Nope. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get the 5 for now. That one time. Okay. Get that out. Okay. Need a good hallway, need a good boss fight. Good power-up drops wouldn't be bad either. There's only a couple more drops, I think, but you can always hope for the best. Yeah, purple's pretty worthless right now. Okay, that's better. Blue then green would have been great, but meh. Oh my goodness. Okay. So there's a quick kill that you can do where you basically fall inside the cube right at the start of its spawn and just unload with spread, and it's a pretty execution intensive, like multi-direction thing. It's really strong and it's very fast, but it's also difficult to do. I can't do it. I've practiced it. I can't do it. Okay, so we're gonna fire here, run away. Okay, back to spread. Oh wow, I didn't know it could do that. I thought it only did it when it came back. Okay. Alright, fair enough. The fact the bullets do 2 damage is some serious grief. Okay, do your best not to get hit. Green. Blue not bad. Still need green. Probably won't get green until the triple power-up drop, but there's always a chance. We have the best weapon for this, so that part's great. There we go. Getting blue before green, also great. If you get green before blue, it just refills as much as it can, and then you just get an extra HP that doesn't get refilled. It can be tricky to sequence that the way that you want it to. Especially when, like, you know, they're so close together. But got the drop in and it worked out. I think the only enemies left are on the ground. We'll stay here. Okay. Wow, the rudeness. Oh yeah, you don't have a lot of iframes in this game. If you get hit out of the air, when you land, you're pretty much vulnerable right away. Hence why I got juggled there, basically. Alright, really good boss fight, but those 2 hits before the boss are very unfortunate. And will probably matter a good bit here. I want to deal with it. So I don't want to deal with it. Okay, I'm letting too many things happen. I need to just leave. Okay. You proved your point. Should have probably ducked that, but whatever. Don't love this. This segment without spread is not super friendly. You only have so much time you can walk through. And if there's a bullet waiting for you, then that's just the game being a jerk. Happens more often than you want it to, that's for sure. There were so many ways that could have gone wrong. Actually amazed I didn't get hit there. Alright, so finally got spread. Okay, so green is top of the WTB list right now. Also want another purple so I can upgrade this spread gun. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Wanted to be sure. That was worthless. I shouldn't have taken that. Blue doesn't do anything if you already have 6 HP. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't bother. There's always a non-zero chance that guy could drop a green, but I don't think it's worth it to go back. Not full health, not great here. But we're gonna play it. Hopefully get lucky. Didn't see the bullet. I saw it before it disappeared behind the foreground objects, but that's not good enough. Oh my god, the troll. Okay, so good news is I now have full health after that death. Bad news is I don't have spread. Okay. Level 1 spread will have to do, I think. Not sure how that didn't work. That was bad. Okay. Oh, game being mean again. Trying. This is a little bit trolly. I don't love it. Okay. That boss fight is just so weird. It can be so difficult for me to determine, like, when the hurt box is actually active. It's not completely invincible when it's moving or when it's stopping, so I don't know. Yeah, this laser position here is not always here. Hence why this part sucks sometimes. If it's there, it slows you down a lot, and bad things happen, like you just saw. Alright, that green pickup was good. They're just throwing everything at me. They do not want me to clear this game. Okay, let me just run. Really want spread right now, though. Okay. Not yet. I did not know that you couldn't shoot metal slugs on the ground with just regular gun. Yeah, I lost a lack of knowledge. Nothing I could do. Yeah, I didn't know that. Apparently, if slugs are on the ground, you can't shoot them by crouching. You have to have spread or you have to aim down right. That's pretty mean. But I had a ton of bad luck in that stage, sadly. All right, I need to take a quick breather. Oh, it's so easy to get tilted when you're playing this game.
Let's go.
And there really isn't any easier way to put it. Sometimes they just throw so much at you that you can't deal with it and you're just done.
Entering Beirut.
Okay.
Keep going.
It was a good attempt until it wasn't. I really do think that a lot of getting what you want out of this game really is just about constant resets, because there are times when, even with good resourcing, if you don't play perfectly and adapt to everything the game does in a way that's like 95% optimal, like, you're going to lose. That's on me. As previously there, or as showcased there. That's lucky, but I still need health. Okay. Don't have to kill that thing. Purple would be nice. Sorry, green would be nice. Saw purple, don't want purple. Cool. They'll love that. Okay, lucky. Fine with that. Good positioning. Okay.
Keep going.
About to switch. Oh, should have done that. That's fine. That's good. Don't like getting hit. Purple pretty useless right now. Any non-purple color would be great. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure purple spawns like 7 out of 10 times. It's pretty heavy. Game is not here to listen to your requests. Are we coming from the left? Okay. Maybe up top. That's unfortunate. Alright, there's a chance that could be a stage 3 death. As you've also noticed, another thing that makes the game difficult, health carries over stage to stage. It doesn't refill to full when you move on. Okay. Didn't see it in time. I'm not gonna continue from there. Getting the blue pickup was nice, but I didn't play well enough for me to have faith in the rest of that run.
Let's go.
Die, please. Yeah, I tried to power through that. That's on me. Not the correct play. More purple. Okay, blue's great and all, but I really need a health refill. Switch to flamethrower, don't forget.
Keep going.
We're set on weapons for the rest of the stage. Now I just need other resources to come together. See what happens, I guess. Die, please. Okay. Troll. Troll didn't affect me too much, but it was still mean.
Keep going.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so definitely like having blue, but it's not a huge help when I have as little health as I already do. Plus, you really want spread for this hallway. Doesn't matter. What's up, MTI? Really should be playing more defensively minded. But this game does have an invisible timer, so you're kind of incentivized to push. That particularly applies to boss fights, but I think it's universally applicable across the game. The grunts in this game are just too good. They stole so much from Tough Turf. Cool. Didn't know that slipped through. Love that. Just missed the jump. Not well played. We'll push a little bit further.
Let's go.
I remember I said what I said earlier about mashing not being that applicable in this game. I think that when you just have the starting weapon, the basic gun, it actually does have some use. You can get like burst fire out of it. But with spread, it does nothing because spread has a specific rhythm to it. Sound familiar? And flamethrower, you can just spam by holding the button. You don't have to press it. You press it once, hold it, and you're good. Oh my goodness. Okay, some blue would be great. I mean, it's a very difficult game. This game is pretty demanding for the most part, and sometimes it still does not give you what you want. The RNG in this game is for sickos. But even if you get RNG, you still have to play well, and I'm definitely having some bouts where I'm not playing well. The RNG in this stage has been terrible. No blue pickups? Okay. At all, I did not want to do that. sequence buttons incorrectly. I was trying to crouch, neutral, then jump, and I pressed jump while I was still in crouch. I will get to a point where I at least show off the end of the game once you see or not, but wow. I switched, I pressed fire button, and he already touched me before it activated. That's fun. That's super fun.
Let's go.
No. I'm really glad an upward shot takes care of those two advancing enemies there. Very useful. There we go. Pew. Okay. Okay, at least got blue. I'll wait this out. Okay, slightly better stage 1. Still would like a health refill, but I just have to remember to flamethrower right at the beginning. That's legitimately, to me, the hardest thing about this stage is just remembering to do that. There we go. Not bad. I've learned it's very rare to see blue pickups in stage 2. I think I've seen them all of like probably single-digit number of times. And I don't mean to today, I mean and ever. 1, 2, 3. Go away. Here we go. Okay, good enough. Thankfully that boss doesn't have any RNG, with the exception of enemies that can just spawn at the start of the boss fight. Very much an execution fight. Okay. And that. Alright, spread the top hallway is great. Definitely happy with that. No, I want. That's not consistent. Okay. Get up there. Let's go, Ed. Easiest mini boss in the game for sure. As long as you stay out of claw range, he can't do anything to you. And the claw does not have much range. Like, even if you don't have spread and you're just stuck with basic weapon, like, you're usually still fine. Sucks. Can't see what color that is. Probably purple. Yep. rude. Do not like that one bit. Would like to have one more blue, but okay. Okay. You don't really have too great of strats for this stage, for this boss. Just do this and hope for the best. Here. Okay. Didn't catch that, so I don't love that, but this should still be okay, I hope. Okay. You're perfectly safe as long as you're in this alcove. Wow, rude. Okay. It's actually a really good boss fight. Not gonna complain about that. Okay, I need power-ups and I need them now. I think it's... I don't know if it's impossible to catch that top one, but you definitely can't do it with the base weapon. You can't really aim up while you're auto-scrolling. Blue pickup good. Da-da-da. Ooh, rude. Offensively minded enemy there. Nope, don't care. No more blue, don't love that, but that's RNG sometimes. We'll play. At least everything else is good. No deaths, best weapon, full health. The dagger, shot on the way down. I think there's like... There might be one more enemy before we get to depart. Yep. And we're done here. Don't love that item luck. Let's play. Not sure how that guy wasn't getting hit. That's rude. How are you still alive? I'm not even talking about him, I'm talking about the turrets that he brings with him. Some of them were surviving way longer than I had any right to. Alright, hallway time.
Keep going.
Rude. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, blue second best drop there, but still don't love it. Gonna wait. No bullets. Okay, thank you. That's unlucky. Wow. I don't think I've gotten all the way to the reverse hallway without spread before. This is gonna be tricky. I don't know why I did that. There was no real reason. Just cause. Yeah, double blue in first hallway with no weapon power-up is pretty unlucky and also not consistent. I've missed getting spread first right away, like, often, but missing it second time is... This is the game being kind of mean. Alright, let's play it now. Thank you, top floor, for saving me. Alright, I'm gonna have to be a bit more lenient on farming red guys here. Green's fine. Okay, that's actually worth it. That gives me second level spread, so we're good. Interesting. Alrighty. See if we can just blaze it through the hallway. Got max resources, so we'll see what happens. Those guys do run like a hair's pixel faster than I do, so they'll catch up to me. Take them out, just need to find a good opportunity to do so. That bullet is an even bigger troll for sure. Okay, it didn't catch me, very good. Don't love that. Okay, so this is actually possible from here. I do need a good stage 6 though, and hopefully I don't get trolled too hard by this guy. Barely any hits there, not great. Get him down here. Do this. That was very unlucky. Not sure why that's happening. Rude. Okay. Rude. One more hit, there we go. So not quite full resources, but being down only 1 HP is pretty okay. But this stage is this stage. This stage can sometimes just take everything from you. Spread at the start, very good. We love that. Don't love this being here. Okay, so we took care of that. These things are quite a bit easier to deal with when you have spread gun. Okay. Fair enough. Alright, so we're to the middle slug hallway. That's unfortunate. I definitely use a green here. Of course, it's not really up to me whether or not I get one. Very good. That was rude. This game will do that sometimes. They'll just spawn those drones right on top of you, and you just have to eat it. There's really not much you can do. I actually lost a run in the last stage because of exactly that once. Okay, so this boss is something. Basically what you're doing is you want it to do the claw extend so you can get your hits in. As long as it's rotating, it's completely invincible. So what I want to do is have it get down here. What's up, Lyra? Go damage. And after the third cycle, it'll start its second phase, which is deploying these drones. These things are pretty dangerous. When they fly at you, when their eyes flash orange and just run right at you, they're almost always going to hit you. They're not invincible, they're just really fast. They can weave through fire. Alright, here's our last stage. Until the boss fight, it's really short, but there's still a number of things that can go wrong, and I'm hoping they don't. Oh, shoot, didn't want to take that hit. But okay. Okay, don't love the fact I'm probably not going to have 5 spread for this boss, because that is optimal. Alright, so here's the boss. This spot here is completely safe from the first phase gunfire. Taking the hit from the drone was unfortunate, but it happens. As long as you have spread, you're completely safe there. The second phase is where the really tough stuff happens. The missiles in particular are a problem. You can only really consistently dodge them by ducking. There's also a time limit, because of course there is. It's a hidden timer, because that's how boss fights in this game work. It's also a bit of a tank. It just has a lot of health. If we come back up here. Okay. And the only weak spot is the head, so you just gotta go for the head. Rude. Okay, be a little bit patient here. Okay, there we go. Not bad. That's actually a no miss. Reasonably good run. I think that boss fight was actually better than my first 1cc, so Not too shabby. The ending does have some really cool music. Bum 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 bum. Very Sega-based tinny. I think that really just got made by the fact that I finally had a good stage 6. I wouldn't call it a great stage 6, but it was certainly valid and good enough. Sometimes that's all you need. Ta-da! Enter our illustrious initials here. No numbers, so we'll just do the name of the show. Ta-da! That actually beats my last score, so that technically is a better run. Even though both were no misses, not bad. 350,000 plus. Alright, so I got time for a few more 1cc attempts. There's not really much else to showcase in this game. I want to say other versions may have some gameplay differences, and I could probably load one of those up. I know some people that have cleared this ran the Japanese version, but the world version is by far the most consistent. So let's give that a look. Go to my oldest version of MAME, which the downside of this one is it did not have working save states, and that was really annoying. Kind of needed that for this game. That should work. Oh no, are we in violation? Okay. Let's check buttons. This will be my first time putting any like real gameplay into the Japanese version of the game, so I'm curious if gameplay is different, RNG is different. We'll see. Turn it down a little bit.
Let's go.
Don't believe Michelle has any gameplay differences. She's just the player 2 character. Double purple to start, very common. I think I've only gotten non-double purple once, and it was purple-blue. Which is great, because that means you get blue, but not having double purple to start is actually a slight downside. I love getting green without a blue first. Okay. Alright, let's chill over here, let them spawn, do this. Not great RNG to start. Okay. Alright, stage 1 behaved as it normally does. Wouldn't call that a good thing, but we'll play. We've already gotten a 1cc today, so anything else from here is just gravy. Ooh. Still no blue. Green doesn't help me right now. Okay. So far, everything looks exactly the same as it did in the world version. Go away. Okay. Good enough. Our health still sucks, though. I don't know if I mentioned before or not, but you do get an extend at 100,000 points. I don't think any exists beyond that. The song has so much bass. Wasn't actually out of the range of the claw there, so I'm glad that went as well as it did. Rude grenader there. Sorry, grenadier. That was unfortunate. Didn't see it until it was too late. Very glad that happened before the grenade came out. That was very unfortunate. There was a weapon upgrade I needed. It's not going to work out from there. Like, I needed too many more things to go right. Like, the boss fight I had confidence in, but past that, like, if stage 4 just took the run from me right away, I really didn't have much power to stop it. I got bumped. It was bad. Never really had good health that whole run. The item drops in stage 1 and 2 were pretty unforgiving. Not so kind. Actually amazed that missed me. There's that green before blue again. Still no blue. Oh, I didn't jump in time. That's gonna hurt. More purple. Yeah, that's useful for getting my HP back, but I really need a blue right now. Okay. How the boss fight goes at the very least. Alright. Pretty much the same position I was last attempt. Gotta hope for good drops. Okay. Oh my god, I got up too early. So random. Almost didn't see that guy. Hold the line. Plug away. Oh, I should have done that for the last weapon. Oh well. That grenade had mad rude potential. God. Yeah, they're just throwing everything at me at this point. We'll move on from that. That was not a great attempt. So this is when the luck in this game can just really start to get silly. Like, the first two stages just aren't giving me anything. Like, we're getting no blue when I would like to see at least one blue. No blue in stage 3 either.
Let's go.
Okay. So we got what we wanted today, so we'll just play at it. Do be sure to stick around after this. We got Lyra coming up with Can You Hack It in a special late afternoon edition. OJ will be absent today, so Lyra will be soloing it. Coming up here in about 12 minutes. We're getting one last decent attempt on this before handing it off. Okay, I guess I just don't get to shoot. Still no reasonable drops. And clearly by that point I just didn't care. Like, I was just kind of chilling there, letting whatever happened happen. It does feel like sometimes in this game, if an enemy gets close enough to you, the game just disables your fire button and they just get to collide with you and you can't do anything about it. Could also be input lag, but I can't confirm this. More purple. already got plenty of it. Oh my gosh. These drops are just silly. Can I get a blue here, maybe? Okay, finally. A little bit of justice. Okay. Flamethrower time. Do love the fact I got an extra HP pickup already. I just need to fill it now. Da-da. Okay. Clear this boss in short order, I hope. That was not well executed. Okay. Alright, there we go. Cool thing about bosses in this game, if they fire at you and you kill them first, the hitboxes of their bullets are completely disabled. Like, you just get to leave the stage as a cutscene. It's great. It's like one of the few bones this game does throw you. I'm sure if I got up too early there or not. No! That was weird. Enemy pattern was very unusual. Oh wow. That was a really good troll game. I gotta give you that. Okay. All I wanted to do is make sure that thing was gonna fall on top of me from the conveyor belt. These are some mean patterns, that's for sure. Let's go, Ed. I remember there's another enemy on the bottom, but okay. So they're not gonna complain. Alright. Okay, yeah. Grenades are really strong, as we've mentioned. Won't be too concerned about my health though. Let's take another hit. Oh, cool. Commentator's curse got shot point blank. Love it. Alright, this is actually still kind of a run. Taking that, that extra death was not good, but I don't know. I haven't been shot point blank in this game before, so that was wild. Take out this one. I also just realized I'm not going to have access to the best version of this weapon. Just have to make do. This is where this fight becomes silly. If you get all the way this far without doing the quick kill, it just turns into a slog where, like, not really anything much of note happens. Because they just get to stay invincible and you can't do much about it. Wow. That's some obnoxious health. Don't shoot at me in the corner, please. Of course. Naturally. First I had to say something, I guess. Okay. Alright, got the extend. We're essentially on only one life, though, unless I can get a health refill before we continue. It's a big if for this stage. Alright, getting spread before taking a hit helps a lot. That's good. Green's probably not happening until the halfway point. If at all. Alright, so we got green, that's good. Would not have minded having one more blue, but this is the run we have. Blue's been kind of scarce. Ugh. Okay. See what happens here. Thing is just chugging. There we go. Pretty good. I don't normally get 2 cycles, so I'm happy with that. Doctor Who hallway. We're gonna just finish out this credit. It's almost time for Lyra, so I won't do disservice, but this run has potential, so. I believe you can jump those things, but it's tricky. Generally better just to play through them if you can. Dun 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 dun. Rude. Okay, didn't do anything with that. Pretty much don't need anything but blue at this point. Okay, despawn. Unfortunate. Max health, not great. Gotta play it though. Still no blue. Not loving this. Oh, okay. Not a single blue through that whole stage. That's wild. Nothing there. Well, I got a little bit of damage. I'm actually more confused by the fact that I didn't get hit. Okay, missed the platform. Cool, love that. Wanted a minute before that. Alright, so we're on a timer now. Like a real timer. Yo, that was nice. Guess you get to go good mash rates when the weapons, the bullets despawn like that. Alright, blue is good. We want blue. Alright, there's blue. Very good. That was very unlucky. Couldn't get rid of it fast enough. Yeah. All's well that ends well, I guess. Stage 6 decided to be stage 6. Okay. Alright, everybody. Still, had a clear today. That's good. We're gonna go have a chat with Lyra and make sure they're ready to take over. So y'all enjoy Can You Hack It? And I will catch you in a couple weeks. Stay tuned.